Welcome to Algo Hour. Today is September 26th. I'm here with my amazing co-host, which is this way. No, dang it. That way.
Close enough.
Ted, how are you?
We're doing great today. A lot more healthy than we were last week, and I'm happy we've got a great guest today.
Oh my gosh, he's so cool. He's leaning. Dang it, that ups the ante, but I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to look really. Okay, I dig it. And we have Buddy Man. Welcome, Buddy Man. I'm so excited to have you on Algo Hour.
What's up?
For those of you who don't know, I interviewed Buddy Man, not once, but twice. And for the people who don't know, the second interview was completely mute. There was no sound. It was just us. Yeah, it's great. It'll be released one day in the archives as a funny silent film, I think. But I interviewed Buddy way back when I was still learning how to do all of this. I still obviously am learning. But I asked him to come back on the show. We don't spin the wheel every week. Sometime we get to pick, and I got to pick. And I reached out to Buddy Man and was like, do you want to spend your lunch hour with us? So yes. I appreciate you wanting to come on the show. It makes me happy.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm happy to be here. Happy to hang out. Happy to still be drawing for the community and making stuff.
I love it. Well, we've got some people that are tuning in. Ooh, this is a new one I don't think I recognize. Is it coming up? Yeah, there we go. Scarlet Death. Hiya. Well, hiya, Scarlet Death. Welcome to Algo Hour. Let's see. Hi, all. Putting my NFT up here before I forget, Vince.algo. So what Vince is talking about, if you look, I made an announcement in Naughty Boy, but it's also scrolling above you. We're giving away 6,900 Coop or 6,900 if you're into those meme numbers. In today's show, we're going to airdrop it to people's NFT vaults after the show today. It's going to be fun. So to get your cut, all you have to do is drop your NFT in the chat, which I'm doing now because I feel like I'm here, right? We all know I'm here. I want some of that airdrop.
Absolutely.
Hosts can win. We are unpaid, so a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did very selfishly give up the top prize for the Iron Active Challenge that we had. We gave away 500 Algo last week for that.
Nice.
And I just we took our names off the wheel. So it was a dead heat between Dennis and Lassie, and Luga and I are not very decisive individuals. So we both chipped in and they both won 500 Algo. So we got to cover both prizes. Awesome. It was really fun. Well, if you haven't seen the show in a while, buddy, you are in for some surprises. We have games, there's sports, there's horse, you name it, we got it going on. But we're going to put you through the ringer a little bit in these games. You'll earn Algo for every right answer, and we'll send it to the project or organization of your choice. We have, I think, about 100, and I'll look through my notes, but like 124 Algo being pushed from the last two guests, so it's piling up. And yeah, it's a nice little prize pot you got started already today for you.
All right.
Let's go. So our first game that we play is called the Fast Flex. I don't know if you've seen it. But
Fast Flex?
Fast Flex. You have to flex 2 of your NFTs using our hashtag NFT Flex Time on Twitter. Later in the show, we're going to judge you. Yeah, you've got some time. We're going to check in with Joe, our very sweet dev, and do news and sports and some other things. We'll keep you on your toes all episode long, but we like to give you a heads up now that later in the show, we'll come back to it and take a look at those flexes.
But it's hashtag NFT Flex Time?
Yeah,
hashtag
it's in
NFT
the YouTube
Flex
chat
Time.
As well.
Yeah. Teddy's dropping it in the chat for me. I appreciate you, Ted. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Well, I think let's check in with Joe, and then we have another kind of exciting thing going on after that. So we'll do Joe, and then we'll come back and see how Buddy Man's doing.
All right. Hey, everyone. Just wanted to give a couple updates on the stuff I've been working on and what's coming down the road for Algorand. So if you haven't heard already, so I think it was last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, John was at Token 2049 and he announced a lot of great stuff. The big ones are Python. So native Python is coming to Algorand. So developers that already know Python, which is probably most developers, can start building on Algorand in a much easier way than was previously available. Then he also announced we're going to be working on further decentralization of the network. So for those of you that frequent Twitter and have to deal with all the Algorand FUD and trolls, you've heard all the complaints about our relay node architecture. So we're transitioning to a more kind of hybrid architecture where the network allows nodes that are running consensus to talk directly with each other. So they don't have to go through the relays. And this is kind of removing a big kind of like centralized component, or at least what people like to say is centralized component from the Algorand network architecture. So it'll make it a lot easier, for us to talk about how decentralized Algorand is, and it'll also be beneficial for the network. And a lot of great things will come alongside that. And alongside that, it shouldn't negatively affect performance. In fact, there's parallel work being done on what we call basically dynamic round times. So there might be some rounds that are even quicker than they are now. So a lot of awesome work being done by the engineering team, in conjunction with the foundation as well. So a lot of great things to look forward to on the technical side of things. And then also I am working on TypeScript. So John announced Python, and then we also have a TypeScript component of that. So between Python and TypeScript, pretty much every developer knows at least one of those languages, and they'll be right at home building on Algorand and hitting a personal milestone this week on that, where we're going into 1.0 beta. So this basically means it's now fully ready for us to start, marketing it and doing boot camps and really getting it in the hands of developers and getting feedback on it. So pretty exciting week and exciting, time in general for Algorand tech nerds like myself. So awesome developments there as well. And then finally, just wanted to pimp our beginner boot camp. So October 2nd, we're doing a beginner boot camp. We're going to be showing you how we can use this language I've been building called TypeScript to build on Algorand. And we'll be doing a full stack DAO. So if you want to learn how to make a DAO, then you can attend the boot camp. I should say the boot camps are generally geared towards people that are somewhat familiar with coding already. So if you're brand new to coding, I recommend going to something like Code Academy and taking an intro to like JavaScript course first. But our boot camps are going to be recorded, so you can catch up on your own pace and pause, rewind, all that useful stuff as a beginner. So that will be October 2nd. And then of course also before I forget, there's Build a Bowl. So there's a hackathon going on right now. Registrations are officially open. Registrations are open until November 1st, and then submissions are due November 15th. And the Build a Bowl is basically our hackathon that the foundation is running. We have, I think, up to 200K in prizes. So a lot of opportunities. And then, of course, I personally like, obviously, winning money is great. But one of the great things about participating in a hackathon is that it's a great avenue to like meet different people. So if you go to our Discord, we have a forum dedicated to developers looking for a team and teams looking for developers. So you can mingle with other people and find a team that fits you. So even if you don't end up winning, you'll still come away having a team. And of course, you'll be on our radar and you'll talk with Algorand Ventures and a lot of great stuff ancillary to the money. But of course, the money is what people really care about. So definitely excited about that. And then one other thing to mention is, so templated logic signatures, bringing logic signatures back into the Algorand ecosystem, still working with the Wallet Council to get that sorted. From a tech perspective, it's pretty much good to go. We just kind of need to figure out some details with like Wallet Connect and how exactly we want to do this. So I know a lot of people are anxious to get that in their hands, especially after, what happened with my Algo. So we're working on it, and we'll try to get that to you as soon as possible. So yeah, that's all from me this week. Like I said, very exciting time for us tech nerds. So hopefully you guys are at least a bit excited as I am. I'll hand it back to you, IRL.
Joe.
I love it. That's all good news. It's awesome. And I was actually in the Discord. I was checking out the teams, looking for teams, and I am personally advocating for a few different people I know in the space to apply, because I think that they build stuff and it's cool. And we should be, if anybody gets money, it should be the people building cool stuff that we can use. So I do know when I looked at that contest, maybe I can get Joe back. Joe, surprise, we have a question.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hi, Joe.
Hey.
So I read through that competition's terms and conditions. I skimmed it. Okay, let's be honest. And it looks like the prizes are in USD, which is cool because that opens it up to people who are in the US, which is awesome. But it seemed like it was geared towards new projects. So you don't have to answer me now, but this is what I'm thinking. I know that there's a few people who are building stuff that technically have existing projects, right? I'm thinking Evil Tools, I'm thinking Fallen Order, stuff like that, right? But would they be able, basically what I'm thinking is they should piecemeal these new things that they're building. Let's say Evil Tools new Minter or whatever it might be, right? My case, I'm thinking of a very specific wallet to wallet search function that I could have used a month ago and did not exist and now does. I was saying that I thought that they should piecemeal that, make it its own project for the purposes of the hackathon. And then when it's done, it gets open source. You can integrate that feature into your existing project. But for the purposes of like applying for these hackathons, each new little feature, like each feature that you build out is basically its own project. And that's how I was encouraging builders that I know to think about it. And then I thought, shoot, I should probably see how the foundation feels about that. So you don't have to answer me now, but that's what I was thinking in the grand scheme of things to show up what our current builders are doing.
Yeah. So the current written rules are basically it has to be a project that was started within the past 6 months, and it has to be a project that hasn't already received funding through the foundation somehow. So in the case of Evil Tools, we couldn't they couldn't submit Evil Tools as a whole,
right?
But at least my understanding, and I encourage anyone that has these sort of questions, reach out to me and I can get you an exact answer for your exact case. But I think for something like that, they could do exactly what you said, where they have a specific product under their Evil Tools umbrella that they could submit. And then I should mention also that there's also a rule where you can only submit one project. So they were kind of in the again, I'm not speaking directly on Evil Tools, just kind of using it as an example, but using it you would have to kind of pick which features you'd want to submit for the hackathon.
That feature would be
realistically
the
submit Evil Tools as to receive funds, when it makes way more sense to just, like you said, list it as whatever kind of
the Minter project or the wallet to wallet search.
Yeah, Minter, when really it is money for Evil Tools.
Right. So that's how I'm encouraging our builders that I think have been here and are always learning and always growing. I wanted to make sure I wasn't off base, and so that makes me feel a little bit better, Joe. I will continue the good fight trying to get as many builders as I know to apply for this hackathon. I think it's good stuff.
Yeah, and I should mention too, hackathons, you generally think of them as an event for developers. But of course, new companies, they need a lot more things than just developers. So even if you aren't a developer and you're looking to get involved in the Algorand ecosystem, check out, like I said, the Discord forums and the projects Building and Buildable, because it's a great avenue to kind of get into the Algorand ecosystem and, contribute to projects that, you really care about.
I dig it. And I think that concept of piecemealing what you're trying to bite-size, how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time kind of thing. I don't really eat elephants. Nobody cancel me. But that taking it bite by bite through these hackathons and certain initiatives like that, buildable. I want to say bear so bad every time. That makes me happy, Joe. Sorry. Thanks for the extended cut today.
No, happy to answer questions always.
All right, I dig it. All right, buddy man, are you ready for game 2?
Yes. There was one.
Well, we got you started on the
Well, we'll get back to game 1 is more of our contribution to a later segment, but yes, we are technically in game 2 now.
And all for that,
and
we need some
yes.
help.
I was not ready for game 1, I tell you what.
So I got the limericks early last week, just unusual. And he was like, I want to know, like, if you want to veto these answers. And I was like, Luga, they don't rhyme. It doesn't rhyme. And he was like, you're right, it doesn't. And then he never changed them. So we have these limericks that may or may not rhyme. And he's going to read them to you so that I can say face. That's what we
just
got.
remember it's inflection. Okay, inflection is key. Okay, so you got to read it properly.
Are you ready to play Luga's Limerick Challenge?
Yes.
10 Algo for every right answer. Let me cue up your first one.
I don't think their name is Earl, but if you say it right, it rhymes with a girl. A person of power, they run Algo Hour. The ecosystem is better because of
Earl.
Exactly. Yes. Earl.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Who is Earl?
I was worried, but all right.
Listen, you don't have any accent marks on your name. Just saying.
You could go with like Bell Hell IRL.
Ooh.
Oh, buddy, man, don't.
Not to tag you in.
You're gonna be taking Luga's place here if you keep it up.
Take my job, buddy.
You're like, it's been so long.
I think Luga would be down if you ever wanted to submit limericks so that he didn't have to think of them, because I somehow roped him into doing it when I had been doing it through ChatGTP the first few weeks. And I have not volunteered to make a single limerick since.
Well, now we have a tier list of ChatGPT, Lord Beluga, Buddy Man. So,
wait.
I'll cue you up on the second one.
For Halloween, be a witch. If undead, be a lich. There's flamingo zombies. They don't have any hobbies. A maker of mungo.
We're talking about Stitch?
We're talking about Stitch, buddy. Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
Beautiful.
That's your softball. That was just
all right.
My sound effects aren't all working today. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
It's
moving right
sound
along.
effect man. All right, your hard one. For a bull market, I be wishing. For domains, they be dishing. Some call him John. I think he's LeBron. If he's not here, he's probably.
Oh, it's Fishy Man.
Oh, that's
Fishy Man.
Yes.
these were way better than last week.
Yeah.
Probably fishing. There you go. I dig it. Well done. You got 3 out of 3. I think Luga was a little kind this week. Considering probably fishing got none of his right. I
hope they don't pick like super new projects or something. Yeah, like the host of the show.
Hey, we, not all times on the Algo Hours at Choppy Skies. All right, sometimes we have our crystal blue, stable sailing,
rainbows, sunshine,
rainbows and unicorns.
Good vibes, though.
Somebody needs to be positive around here. Am I right?
Amen.
We are. If it kills us, that's what I think.
Where's
when
Yoma,
I started,
beacon of positivity.
Where is our beacon? There he is.
We have Yomo in the chat. Yeah, welcome.
He's here, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Yomo.
Show up.
Yeah. Oh,
The beacon still burns bright. I don't care what he says.
But he rarely fishes. I dig it. Well, so what we're going to do next is we're going to check in with Ted. He's going to do his sports for us. And then, buddy man, you're going to help Luga host who's active right now. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Buddy.
As a reminder for anybody watching, make sure you drop your NFDs in our live chat. Lou Guy wasn't going to let you go before. Oh, wait, let's see. I don't have Feely to say it, but happy birthday, man. It's Luca's birthday. Everybody go wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you.
He is 34 years young and is proving it with those guns.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Woo! Okay. Now your sports.
This is the sports stuff section brought to you by yours truly. Yes, that's me, Ted.Algo, here live to talk to you about sports. First things first, we have some college football mayhem. Week 4 in the college football world was full of its ups and downs, with teams like Michigan, Texas, Penn State, and Washington affirming their top 10 rankings. Notably this week, we saw Oregon demolish the beloved, the Cinderella story. Everyone's loving it. Prime time was not feeling it today as they lost 42-6 in Eugene, Oregon. Kind of not much more notable to talk about other than that. Prime time is over. Florida State also squeaked by Clemson 31-24 as Clemson starts 2-2. This is a repeat of 2021 for any Tigers fans out there. A little bit of a far cry from national championship aspirations, but you never know. Washington State held on at home over Oregon State 38-35. It was a great game that featured Oregon State almost coming back as they had a 21-point fourth quarter. Really, really incredible stuff. However, the game of the week was definitely Ohio State at Notre Dame, with Ohio State quarterback Kyle McCord leading a textbook 2-minute drive down the field, including a clutch pass on 3rd and 19 with 15 seconds left to put them at the goal line, where running back Chip Trayanum pounded it in for the win. Final score 17-14. It was probably the game of the year up to this point. Some notable matchups we have this week include USC at Colorado, Georgia at Auburn, Kansas at Texas, LSU at Ole Miss, Notre Dame at Duke, and South Carolina at Tennessee. Going on to our next story, we have week 3 in the NFL. Started off with a bang as Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers defended the home front and continued their undefeated streak, starting 3-0 at home, on the season. As for the Sunday games, the high-flying offenses of Miami and Kansas City headlined the weekend with a combined amount of 111 points. And 70 of those points came from the Dolphins with 10 touchdowns. Absolutely embarrassing for the Denver Broncos, who lost by 50 points. Now, I understand that they were in Miami where they had the sun directly beating down on them. There's a 15-degree difference between the benches where the home side's actually in the shade. But even still, it was very disappointing and not fun. The Broncos fans everywhere are calling for Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, to be fired, especially considering he was previously a head coach for the Broncos. Fans have seen this before. And speaking of the other side of the AFC West, we have the Chiefs' victory over the Chicago Bears, but the game was secondary to the fact that Taylor Swift herself was in attendance watching her newly announced boyfriend, Travis Kelce, the Chiefs tight end. When he scored a touchdown, their box was absolutely electric. She clearly is in her red era as she had to sneak out of the stadium in a popcorn machine. Very funny and hilarious. Other games worth mentioning included the Packers' 18-point comeback in their home and opener, headlined by the controversial Jordan Love. 18 points in the fourth quarter, including one rushing touchdown by Love. Absolutely awesome and incredible to see him do well and be successful in Green Bay. And lastly, we have the Cardinals upsetting the Cowboys 28-16. The Cardinals, who don't have Kyler Murray and are starting Joshua Dobbs, are really just shocking everyone by still maintaining some sort of competitiveness, while they were kind of thought to, even there was questions if they were going to even be able to score a touchdown. So before we get to our baseball postseason outlook, here's a quick fantasy football wrap-up. We had Cooper Daniels, Algo 101, J Miller 318, Sour, Smokey, and Dano winning this week, with Dano putting up a whopping 192 points over our own Joe Palney. So Dano is the winner of 25 shrimp. We'll get you situated at the end of the season. Lastly, we've got an MLB postseason outlook here for you. This is your postseason outlook designed to get you up to speed on the league now that we're finally at the win-or-go-home games, right? I can imagine it's a little bit difficult to digest 162 regular season games, so I'm just going to get you primed and limed and ready to go for the postseason. You got the Atlanta Braves, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Milwaukee Brewers, and Minnesota Twins all have secured their divisions, with Baltimore and Tampa Bay also clinching in the playoffs, but they're still in a race for the division, albeit Baltimore is in the driver's seat, and it's looking pretty confident that they're going to be able to hold on with that one. The Phillies, now not clinched necessarily, are really in a good position to actually open the postseason at home if they can hold strong, with other teams looking to have a good chance to make it in, including the Texas Rangers, Toronto Blue Jays, and Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, the Houston Astros are on the cusp as well, but they have a very important game against the Seattle Mariners tonight, who need to win in order to stay relevant in the playoff race. So it'll be a very good game tonight. If you have the ability to watch some regular season baseball, that would be the one I would watch. Notably, the Cincinnati Reds, who started the season pretty hot, have a measly 10% chance to make it into the playoffs. So Ella De La Cruz and some of the other young guns on that team are really kind of floundered, to put it kindly. Well, that's your baseball wrap-up. Enough talking about the famous people who are athletic and active. Let's talk about you and I. That's right. Who's active right now?
Hello, buddy, man. Welcome to Who Is Active right now, bud. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I've
Yeah?
actually been walking at least a mile or two a day. I just haven't been filming myself and then posting it on Twitter.
Well, I mean, that's just for the weirdos who are famous, Ted, okay? We don't just pretend to be famous. I'm important. I have 2,000 Twitter followers, okay?
Did anyone else see Ted right now?
Yeah. Ted is fake axing in the background. Anyway, whatever. Buddy, I'm proud of you. Great job. It's just about getting out there and just getting after it. It doesn't have to be.
It feels like I can
80
either
miles.
draw or walk, and then the day is over.
That's it. Yeah. That's the whole day. I feel you. Most of my Algo actives are like a 30-minute chunk that I have in the entire week of insanity.
Yeah.
I just like squeeze it in.
Yeah, and you have double babies.
Dude, so many babies. So many babies, dude. They are presently beautiful. But anyway, so back to activity. 2 weeks ago, we had toe touches, which the great Glitched won 100 Algo, and I believe a Little Royal was a phenomenal W. Whoever would have thought you could touch your toes and win, $200 now, right? I think that's what Algo's worth. We're going to say it. There you go. And then after toe touches was my favorite week, which I've presently turned into my entire personality. Axe wielding. I don't know if you've caught the ridiculous amount of axe posts I have posted, but it's entirely too much. It's overwhelming.
I enjoyed the memes that you peeking out from behind the tree.
It was so good. Oh man! Now that IRL got involved, got their mall out and did some actual lumberjackery. That was very impressive. That's a real word, right? Lumberjackery. You've heard it. You know it. I believe it.
I don't know if that's legal.
Is it legal? The axe or my body?
Lumberjackery.
Lumberjacker. Oh. Might be stealing lumber. You get fined for it. We didn't have Islu Marata. I'm gonna get that right one day. I believe macheteing down a banana batch, which I thought was just awesome. I've never seen bananas being harvested. I'm just, boom. Look at that. I've eaten for months. That's it. We just had 3 this week. So if you've got another, half hour to post and you're like, yo, I could go chop down a limb in my backyard that I need to, go do it. Post it on Twitter. You'll have like over a 50% chance of winning because me and IRL probably aren't going to win. We're a little bit selfless, even though I've got an ego. We don't have to talk about that. So chop something down, get Algo active. You got till about 2 o'clock.
So you're saying if I bust out the unicorn outfit and do some more push-ups, there's a chance I'll win.
If you do it outside.
Outside.
With maybe like kick a weed while you're doing a push-up.
Oh, I need to chop plants as well.
Yeah, so the yard work is the verbiage. So if you can,
Okay.
I don't know, pull a weed and do a push-up in a unicorn outfit, I mean, first of all, that'd be a phenomenal video. But second, you would get entered into the great giveaway.
Dude, I think if I wear it outside, I'll just burst into flames.
I think immediately. Was it like 90 down there still?
It's on a good day.
Just a sauna inside the unicorn outfit. But this week we're toning it back down. I'm trying to balance everything out. This is called a pigeon stretch. So after all that axe work, I was feeling a lot of pain in my lower back. So when I do that, I do a very deep hip stretch in this pigeon. The yoga block really helps lift the knee off the ground. And I try to bring my torso as far forward to really stretch. I believe it is the piriformis muscle, which is on the back right towards the hip. You might feel that a lot if you walk a ton. So, just kind of balancing the power with stretching and having good, healthy body movement. You can do it without a block. You could stretch higher up. You could put your foot on like a chair or a table and just kind of lean into it. Don't stretch too deep. Don't lean too far. Just enough to feel it without pulling or straining anything, So yeah, do a little pigeon stretch this week, and you get entered into our next super awesome giveaway. So, buddy, can I finally see the Buddy Man Algo active?
Dude, I don't think my hips do that. Like your leg just like kind of, just goes that way at one point.
That's fine. It's okay. They're still on. They still work.
Like,
You go to your limit. So it's not about like reaching, my limit. It's about just stretching the pigeon as deep as you feel comfortable, and then you get credit.
so like I don't know. I'm down for like 10-minute or intro to yoga.
Do it. I would love that. I would love to see you, Buddy Man Yoga, do for 5. But thanks for hanging out. We're going to go back to more gamery. Good luck, my boy.
Hey, Lugo, we don't need you right now. Get ready for flex time. We'll be back. We'll be back. I promise. Anyhow, oh my gosh, he's a good time. His muscles are ridiculous. I think I like the rivalry between him and all the girls that post. I think that there's like a fun little rivalry going there. And I'm not gonna lie, I think we all know which ones I'd rather look at. So,
hey, Luga's the hot and sexy one, and I'm the soft and sensitive one.
Aww. But you're better now, right? Torn ACL's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna milk it for a couple more weeks, but
it's been like a year. I'm waiting for you to figure out how going to a game makes you algo active. Like, I was really expecting, some game footage of, and that somehow being incorporated to Algo Active. Because I do know you've been
to going to a sports game. Mm-hmm. How going to a sports game is.
I don't like
in the stadium.
It's field reporting is what it is, all right. And those hot dogs don't eat themselves, all right.
If you went to a college football game and you tailgated from like 9 in the morning for a 6 p.m. game, you're probably standing in direct sunlight outside, cooking and sweating and drinking alcohol. It's pretty active.
Oh, the calories that I burned last week in Boulder watching CU versus CSU, Lil Wayne coming on the field and everything like that. Yeah, buddy, man. The Algo Hour is a premier news organization, and they actually it's they get me out to all these different sporting events and whatnot. So you'd be surprised.
That's awesome. I only got to see Dion be like, "We got our butts whooped."
Yeah, well, that was this
What he said,
past
he's like,
week.
classic butt whooping.
Did she
Unfortunately, I'm
really
not
put herself
traveling
in a
with the team.
popcorn machine?
Yes, this is legitimately what Taylor Swift does. At all of her concerts, she puts herself in like a steel box that they roll around, that they put that like normally is stage equipment's in, because she is so famous that she uses that to get around the hordes of people that wait around the entrances and exits that she goes into.
I just
So,
picture
yes.
him as a magician. It's only a matter of time before somebody tries to saw her in half. You can't just climb in a box and shut the door and expect nobody to saw you. And I don't know. I'd have to see
I
how it
saw
worked out.
something.
I think there are less human-sized saws than you think.
I saw something recently about her, like you could see like the genuine enjoyment on her face when she received like standing ovations, and you can see like
Mhm.
her like not bad or like in a good way receiving the adoration of fans. But I guess like if the flip side of that is you have to leave the stadium in a box,
Well,
like,
there's famous
sneak you out in the
people,
box.
and then there's like ultra famous people. Like there's some comedians where if I saw them on the side of the road, like Lord Beluga, I don't know if I would really stop. But if I saw Taylor Swift on the side of the road, I mean that's like, I'll crash my car to make that
New
happen.
Orleans actually has a reputation for kind of being a place that doesn't overly care about celebrities, where
Okay.
like you might just get a wave or something, but people aren't going to mob you. But
I was going to say, the day that people act up enough to the point where I have to hide in any type of box, popcorn machine or not, is the day I stop going to events. So, Algo fam, be on your best behavior. Don't mob me next time you see me, and we'll be fine. I think it'll be good.
we have some big Earl fans.
I don't know about that, but the show is tons of fun. I don't know if you have noticed, but we have a lot of sponsors and a lot of people who tune in every week and participate and help lift the show. So quick shouts to them: NF Domains, Rain Gallery, NifGen, AlgoBots, Chris Wenner, Gov.Void.Algo, Noti Boy, Fallen Order, Taco Coin, and the Womp Crew. I appreciate you guys big time. And I appreciate the people like Buddy Man that are like, hell yeah, I'll come hang out with you guys for an hour and shoot the shit. We do have another game lined up for you. It's the
Game
hardest
6.
one.
Let's go.
This is the hardest one for me too. As an adjudicator of the game, I struggle with this one the most.
I'm ready.
This is called our Algo Ecosystem Challenge. We put 30 seconds on the clock, and you name as many projects as you can within the Algorand ecosystem.
Just projects in general?
Projects in
Yeah.
general.
No
It's a
cheating
project
though.
on Algorand. You can do it. We do discourage you reading off of a list, but there are some helpful pointers. And like, if you get stuck. So yeah, you ready to do
Like
this?
NFT projects?
NFT, DeFi,
Anything.
Impact, you name it.
So
No
NFT
pressure.
projects. Okay.
I
Sure.
mean, you might do better if you try to limit yourself to one category.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we
Sometimes
do
it's
not.
easy to get overwhelmed on how much stuff there is. But yes. So 30 seconds on the clock.
Do they have to be active?
I would say no.
All right, yeah.
I don't know. I
As
mean,
long as there's a good legacy, as long as there's a real, like it's a, it's
Okay.
notable.
I would accept Yieldly as an answer. I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, that's
Not that
yeah. All right.
Let's go. You ready?
All right.
On your
Yeah.
mark. Get set. Go.
Yieldly, Yieldling. You have Mingo, and you have Clones. You have Flemish Giants. You have Algoana. You have, let's see. I like Tiny Man. Oh my God. You have NFDs, Rand Gallery, NifGen.
Oh, that's
Algo
time
bots.
up. I know. You could keep
You
going
were
on
close.
for ages, especially at that speed that you were at. That was like
I
a
was
marathon.
trying not to cheat.
The slow and steady wins the race. Sort of.
I love it.
Just trying
I got
not
him
to
down
cheat.
I got him down for 10, Teddy. What did you get?
I thought 11 because I think there might have been some buzzer beater, but we'll go.
There's
You
We'll
know.
do
someone out
11.
for having ruined me.
Buddy,
We're
man,
nothing
I'm
if not generous with one algo.
yeah, I'm helping you out right now. I'm giving you the extra juice.
Woo!
Casey says, Doofy, you forgot yourself. You could have totally done a Doofy
Yes.
movie.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could have said Doofy like 5 times, and that would have been it.
Yeah, that would have been.
Doofy, and then extra Doofy.
Doofy.
Damn.
I cannot wait to hear your pitch later in the show. I know you know if you last all show long with us,
Doofy.
you get a chance to pitch us all your projects. So I'm excited about that. One of the things I love is how unapologetic you are when you're kind of exploring this space and your own creativity. So you had put a note out in the Discord that said, hey, if you want in this group chat that goes more over my process, like, let me know. And then I realized I had sold my only one Algo RPG NPC that I had. So I hurried up and went and bought 2. And I'm going to sell the second one for a wicked markup for someone else like me that is like, crap, what happened? That must have sold and I didn't realize it. So, yeah, I'm going to, bought 2, buy 1, sell 1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm in. I dig it.
Awesome. Welcome back.
Thanks. I don't think you ever booted me from the holder chat anyways.
No,
But
the bots are very aggressive, though. As soon as you talk and you don't have an NFT, it's like just removes all ranks.
I'm going to go in there and make a noise now that I can. I'll be like,
Yeah, I think it'll put you back.
Well, I do dig it. I dig how you experiment. You're really honest about your processes and experiment and what you find funny, which is sometimes not always what I find funny, but I find it funny that you find it funny, and that's what makes it so great.
I appreciate what you said, explore the space, because this entire thing has very much been exploring a community, a technology, and a space like I previously never used before, and met a lot of great people. It's like I've learned a lot about NFTs and how to launch a project, and sadly, I just need to tidy up the last couple of things, and I owe some art. I just need to keep drawing, and
some art.
Like on the long list of things, I'm supposed to make 85 more geckos. That might take a while, but
chip away at it. Like we said, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just don't eat elephants.
You can build walls or eat elephants. 1 brick at a time.
We're going to start NFT flex time because I feel like we're naturally talking about NFTs. Let's see what everybody flexed for us this week, and let's judge your fast flex from earlier in the show. I don't know who was singing. That was rough.
It was definitely Ted. Definitely Ted.
I thought it was Lulu.
Sing? No. That's what karaoke.
Ted's been a real cheerleader today in the green room. It's great.
I'm trying my best here. Now that I'm not deathly ill, I feel like I can carry more than my fair share.
I like that you have a hatchet and then you refuse to use the hatchet for the challenge this week. But
I know backstage he's all showing us his axe and he didn't do it.
It's dull. It's not.
That was mine.
It's it doesn't have a good.
Do you know what a mall is?
Did you say a mall?
A mall?
Like I go to the mall with my hatchet?
A mall is a not sharp axe that weighs a ton, and it's meant to like split the really hard centers.
Yeah, no, I don't have one of those.
But it's not sharp at all, which I was arguing with my husband would be more effective if he would have sharpened it for me. He was like, "Oh no, I'm not sharpening this like 20-pound thing that you're waving over your head." So we hadn't done any wood since last fall, so it had been a minute, and it was good to give it a get the cobwebs off and get it ready. And now I have a little bit of firewood for the winter. It was
go.
interesting, Luga. You get stuff out of me I never thought I would do.
That's my whole goal. I just want to make y'all do ridiculous things.
I know. All for the sake. It's for the chain. It's for the chain. All right, let's check out these flexes. We have. I'm gonna update this real quick. See if we can catch Buddy Man's.
I'm curious.
Dude, I like this Algo Bambino Spawnlings.
It's cool.
Collab.
I like that. That's Polly Too Hard and flexing that. Hey, Polly. I hope you're in the live chat and you dropped your NFT.
I did.
That's really
Feely.
cool.
I dig it. And the
The
art
sparkle
of
for it, isn't it great?
it's a butt head, and I think Sergeant Hoover did the art for those, right?
Mhm.
So, our favorite person in the North Pole. Murph posting a hush. I have a custom hush. I don't know if y'all know that, but I'm proud of it. Doofy. All right, let's see what you got.
There you go.
We have the MIA and the Wise Uncle, right? The Mia
Mhm.
and the Wise
Yeah,
Uncle.
that combo too.
I like it.
That's
With-
a good combo.
Coordinating respirators. I like a curated collection. I dig it. I like the pink and green gradient too. That's something I
Yeah, those
don't
colors
see
do
a
really
lot.
well. Love
Yeah,
it.
It really was
Works.
the best Wise Uncle of the 99 for me. It's the one it was the one I would have wanted. It's the one I was in a shuffle for and hoped to get. So it worked. I was impressed how it worked out, and I don't think I'm not gonna sell it or do anything with it.
I would have never sold
98
mine.
Wise Uncles out there now.
I would have never sold mine, but Zeus wanted to give me, 5 digits worth of algo for it. So
Yeah,
I love mine though. I'm a little partial to the IRL woo that's out there. I bet I could get it back for a pretty good deal now. I might look into that. It was a good one, but I agree. The Wise Uncles are amazing. The art is just incredible. I don't know. Do you know anything? I heard that they were doing the Transcendence with the pixel geckos, which I have given away a painful amount of those over the years.
I was
I don't
looking
really have any
on that,
alpha on
but
that.
I think the last time they posted something about it was earlier this year, March, April. Because I was curious too. I was wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
But it takes time, so.
Oh, for sure. I'm, and I know the Pixel Pups, we've seen their work in progress too, from the Pixel to the high quality. Yeah, I dig that.
Good boys.
I like that. Yeah. Doofy with the second. Dread chicken. Okay, I love penny crayons. This is a solid flex. You get a pass
That's
on both your
incredible.
flexes from me,
Yeah.
buddy. Ted?
Yeah, totally agree. I love how cute that little penguin thingy,
Little chunk chick.
chicken penguin. I like a penguin. He's a chicken penguin. He is as girthy as I want to be on Thanksgiving.
Okay. I don't have automated censoring for when you guys say stuff that's really awkward sounding. It doesn't automatically bleep. Just in case.
What do you mean
wondering.
you got it?
Okay. Hey now.
Speaking of, Luga, you gonna give Buddy Man the pass on these
Oh,
flexes?
100%. God, you
can't
got a
go wrong.
Judge Dredd squishy? That's incredible. I mean, I'm mad jealous, but it's absolutely a pass.
Feely?
Of course.
All right, you win our fast flex. That's another 20 algo racked up for you, Buddy Man. I was really curious to see what you were going to flex. I happen to know you have a pretty stellar collection, but also you're an artist. So I was kind of waiting to see the self flex a little bit.
I wanted to show awesome art from my collection.
I dig it. Fair enough. We got Corey Shirley flexing another butt head with the butt. I'm pretty sure your butt bone doesn't look like that, but I'm not a doctor. I don't know. Lord Beluga, did you mint this, or are you flexing a non-NFT for NFT flex time?
A non-NFT? Are you kidding me? This is Scourge of the Tharcific. Okay, this is one of the greatest horses.
Oh, it's on the shirt.
And I got it printed on my shirt.
Oh, the flex is. I thought the flex was all the
He's
muscle.
flexing while he's flexing.
We did 2 in 1.
The flex time. You know,
It's a flex squared.
I'm sorry. There's muscle. I get a little distracted pretty easily, but I do.
You told me I should mint myself and make a collection of Beluga Jim
mint your
selfies.
flex, mint something that has a. I don't know how that would work. Okay, I'm just gonna.
It would work well.
Good job. There's more hushes. Doofy's going nuts with the flex time. You were only supposed to flex 2, but that's okay. You have a whole collection of these. Do you have one that he made you for you yet?
No, I don't. I have one more though. Another rapper.
Okay. I would pay to see a Doofy. I think that would be cool and kind of I enjoy the commentary and like the satire angle of like some of your different collections. And I think that would play right into just the character for you, you know? Sometimes, buddy.
The taco calling glizzy gang. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
That's a food flex right there.
Hell yeah.
I like he's got the swag on though. He's got the taco coin hat. Glizzy's a character, man. I gotta say, he's like a box of chocolates. You never quite know what you're gonna get, but like you like pretty much all of them. So shout out to you, Glizzy. You were helping me IT troubleshoot the other day. I thought that was very cool. But you are also I can count on you for a good yes whenever I need one. So I can't say it that good. I need to get better at that. Can anyone else do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted with the Monsty. I like it. I'm jealous. I want that one.
OG. I like the colors on it.
Oh, that Monsty is awesome.
It is really cool.
Those dollar bills for hair.
Yeah.
This is legit.
Is it really?
I need to get one from their original collection. I only got a V2, which I bought to get access to their flex machine stuff, and then I didn't realize I need the original. So.
One thing that's really nice about that Monsty, Ted, is the artist managed to use a rainbow background and not have it overpower everything and not be too detailed. It's nice. It's back there. It's, lower saturated. So everything looks like that's probably one of my favorite Monsties that I've seen.
Yeah. I like how a lot of the Monsties normally don't have a whole lot of color to them. So this is a good, like, kind of special alternative to that. And on top of it, just how the colors look, it looks good. So thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh gosh, I didn't realize what time it was. We're gonna get to Feely. Oh, one more. We got the Pixel Pops. A lot of Pixel Pops. Sheesh, Ice. Okay.
Wait.
That's a little bit of a flex in a different kind of way. Now I'm going to just wait for you to announce that you're going to donate one to the show. Just kidding. Ice sent us a slightly X-rated Algo Yeti Betty. I don't know that it's prime time candidate regular Algo Hour giveaway, but maybe for our next late night after hours.
There we go.
I think that would be fun. Quick before we get to the StarCast and Buddy Man's elevator pitch, I'm hosting a space tonight with Grandpa or Grap DNA and Angel of Aries. Hopefully to air everything out, it'll be. I'm hoping it'll be really good for everyone, both of them to be seen in maybe a different way than we might see them at the surface, right?
And what time is it?
9 p.m. EST tonight on Twitter. So I think it'll be good. I think it should be good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. So let's go. We're doing it for the chain, right? And then Thursday, set your calendars. I will post the link after the show. I didn't want it to get confused with today's live stream. But Thursday morning, we've got a live stream coming overtime, which is like a condensed, more project focused, don't want to wait for the wheel kind of additional segment that we're going to be working into the mix. So our pilot episode is Thursday at 10 a.m. EST. Feely, are you ready to tell us what's in it for us?
I'm ready.
All right, buddy man, quick prep. We're coming to you right after Feely for your elevator pitch. And yes, we have no idea what's going on right now. Perfectly normal. Absolutely normal.
It's Felicia here with more astrology. I'm keeping it a little brief today, but first, happy solar return, Luga. Happy birthday. You always keep us all smiling in the back. Always. He did actually enter in his birth chart a while back, and I did glance at it. What I do remember is that Luga had a significant presence of Libra in his astrology chart, and since Libra is governed by Venus, that's why Luga, has all these good looks. Quite the pretty boy. Libra is also an air sign, which means, they're highly intellectual and they excel at communication. So it's funny how Luga is in charge of the limericks and certainly puts those skills into good use. So yeah, astrology can be quite enjoyable. We all know Luga and we can all kind of see that in him. But anyways, moving on. So we have a full moon coming up on September the 29th, this Friday. The full moon is when the moon shines brightly, revealing hidden things and sometimes making our emotions a bit unpredictable. This lunar phase occurs about once a month when the moon is directly across from the sun, called a opposition, making it look round and lit in the night sky. This time the sun is in Libra, which is all about being fair with others, and the moon is going to be in Aries, which is about being brave and kind of just doing your own thing. With Aries in charge, we might feel strong emotions and want to do daring stuff. But Aries can also make us a bit angry or impatient. If you have an Aries moon, or if you know an Aries moon person, you might feel this. I have an Aries moon, and it's very hard to live with. Every full moon has its own style depending on which zodiac sign it's in. Knowing what that sign is can help us handle our feelings during this time. This is why I do horoscopes every 2 days when the moon changes phases. It changes about every 2.5 days on Womp Discord, or I try to keep up with it at least. On a different note, the planet Mercury is in Virgo, where it feels at home. This can make us think clearly, pay attention to details. Mercury is also nicely talking with Uranus and Pluto, which is like teamwork between the planets. It's a good time for working, learning, problem solving in creative ways. This teamwork will not only help people, but also countries and governments. So it's a good time for business, starting new things, maybe even a new job or going to job interviews. Venus is in the spotlight. Venus is linked to relationships and money. Venus and Uranus might not agree, which can make things a little bit shaky in love and finance and in finances. It can also bring unexpected issues in your relationships. But other things can come from it, like you can maybe suddenly get into a relationship or get invited to a fun event. Sudden things occurs or happens when Uranus is involved, or Uranus, however you want to say it. Venus is also getting along with Mars, which is in charge of this full moon because Mars rules Aries. So this is a good time for love and excitement. If your relationship is feeling a bit dull, it's a good time to spice things up. And if you're single, you might meet somebody interesting. To sum it up, the full moon in Aries on the 29th, this Friday, it's asking us to balance being ourselves and getting along with others. It's a time for strong feelings and brave actions. Mercury's aspect to Uranus and Pluto is great for work, solving problems in new ways. Venus might make love and money a little bit tricky, but can bring some pleasant surprises. But no matter what your zodiac sign is a time to welcome change, as nothing is ever the same. But yeah, that's all for today.
Yo, I'm not Buddy Man. That's a surprise. But I am doing Buddy Man's pitch for him. He had to bail. So this is the 1-minute pitch. Buddy Mints are available now. We got new art dropping Friday in the Doofy verse, right? So we're doing the cards. We're doing some craziness all up in this Doofy thing. You're gonna have some goofy eyes. You're probably gonna have some weird nipples, right? We've got a whole nipple thing going on right now. I don't know if you know this, but we have a bet currently between who is the best nipple artist of Thirstober or Doofy. So please vote. Please make your voices known about which nipple's better. You know, do you like 1 pixel? Do you like multiple pixels? It's very important. And buy Doofies. You know, he's not saying it. I'm saying it. It's not financial advice, but it is emotional, joyful advice. So buy Doofies. Support your algo. Love your chain. Love your algo hour. Love you all. Have a great day.